Hey everybody, welcome to AfterBuzz TV's The Night Manager After Show. Tonight we'll be talking about butt shots and pre-ordering your lobster salad. Let's get going.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Ooh, yes! Here we go. Look at that. We watched the rocket launch.
Yeah.
Oh, because we watched it. There we know. The Night Manager After Show has once begun right here on AfterBuzz TV. Hey, everybody. I'm your host, Frank Moran. You can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie. We've got the full panel back here this evening. To my immediate left, we have Kari Lane.
Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Kari Lane. You can find me online on Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE.
And then at the end of the table, bringing in the chat room as well, we've got Lacretia Lyon.
Hey guys, yeah, it's LACRETIALYON at that anywhere on the internet since there is only one, and I am at least half awake today.
Now, look at that. So as I said, Lacretia's got her computer out, which means the chat room is up and running, so you can feel free to like us on Facebook, follow, give us those sweet 5 stars on iTunes. Also, get on YouTube, share your comments, hop into the chat room, share your thoughts about this episode as well as we break down episode 4 of The Night Manager.
Woo!
Yes. This man, we start seeing some things start to happen in this episode.
Briefly.
yeah, briefly. Oh, yeah, a lot of things happening. Oh, look at that. But what I liked about this is we finally start to understand the inner workings of how Roper's organization works. Even though there's a lot of words thrown about what this is, I'm like, oh, okay. But we kind of start to understand how things start moving around.
Yeah, they have a little bit more of the technical breakdown and the business side of it and procedures and how our birch pine tree man is going to be involved.
Yes. You call him a tree man, but Roper even refers to him as his straw man.
Well, that works too, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because on the subtitles, it referred to him as Jonathan.
Oh, so there you go. Our closed captioners, they know who the real is.
It's Jonathan.
Yeah. We know it's not
Spoiler
really
alert.
Yeah. But basically he breaks it down to Pine, like how this all works. And as he says, like, maybe we've done deals together, maybe not. He goes to investors and he says, oh, I know this guy, Andrew Birch. He's great. He's really talented. He just needs some money to make things happen. And that these people will then give them money. And then the idea is that they can return on their investment, double their money in 4 months. No, like a great deal like that.
Well, there was another one that you had up to 12 months.
Oh yeah, because when they were breaking down, they had like 12 months as well. I was like,
there was another one.
Yes, but I mean, just figure like
$240 million in a year, no big.
Yeah,
that'd be fine. I do remember that number.
It's comfortable money, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, certainly I've never had a chance to be offered, nor have I had the money to do any sort of investments or anything like that. But I guess, I guess this is true. Many people will make an investment and not really know or care to know exactly where this money's going, just as long as they know that they're going to get this great big windfall of cash at the end of it.
Yeah, what a great 401k investment.
There you go.
Yeah, so would you feel comfortable just investing in something you didn't know exactly what it is, but you just know that at the end of this whatever time frame, you're going to double, triple, quadruple your money that you're putting in?
Yes and no. Yes, in terms of if, like, that's my first thing and that's how I'm making the money, like, because it'd be a really easy way to make the money, but then you would have how bad would you feel later if you found out you were connected to something that was catastrophic to some people or something like that. Then you'd be like, crap. Can't live with yourself.
I mean, are you really funding terrorism? I mean, you had no idea, right?
You're not even a middleman. You're like a way down the line person.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's one of those things
depends.
That you can assuage your conscience by thinking, well, it's because it's not happening in your immediate life or anybody that you know is being affected. It's somewhere around the world.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you can put that kind of distance between. Like, I don't need to be affected by this at all. But so as he tells Mr. Pine there, he says, no one knows. You're my leading man, my main star, and no one wants to know what we're selling. And no one can know where the money comes from, except you and me. We know what the real deal is. And then we see Jed come in, and we finally get Danny off the board. We've seen this burgeoning friendship between Danny and Jonathan. But now Danny's going back to visit his mom.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's not going to drop him off at the airport. And Jed was kind of like, you're being a dick about this. Oh, really? You're not gonna drop him off?
Yeah.
I was like, girl, your tone of voice. I don't know if I would mess with him.
Because as I said, you'll get slapped.
Yeah.
Or beat that pretty face.
Dangerous.
Yeah, Jed was really pushing his buttons on there. It's like, oh wait, what he's called Tom? He's called Andrew now. Well, I met him as John or Thomas. So.
Oh, and then doing it in front of the kid. It's
Yes.
like, ooh. Like maybe if it was just her and Andrew and Roper, that's fine. But bringing the kid in and saying it, Roper was definitely like ruffling his feathers. Because the kid could repeat it later and be a problem.
Yes.
Danny could say that and be a problem.
No, it's so right at that moment, it doesn't seem like Jed's not particularly fond of Roper, and Roper's getting a little irritated with Jed at that moment.
Yes.
Yeah. But then we hang out. We cut over to Madrid, and we see Apo goes in and meets Angela at a restaurant. And that wasn't intentional, but that meeting does happen. And Angela says, "Hey, we got all this great intel that Pine got them, but we don't know exactly. I need a way to connect all these dots."
Yes.
But he basically asked Apple, like, is your conscience feeling assuaged? Are you able to sleep at night by just doing that little bit of help? And Apple's like, not so much.
Yeah.
But every good deed is one step closer to maybe getting a nice sleepful night.
Yeah, but he's also, and I also like in that conversation, he's like, "You're gonna leave me alone now, right?"
Yeah.
But sadly, more permanently.
Yeah, that's true.
But
That's the phrase of death. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's gonna be over. Yeah, it is.
yeah, that's the horror movie. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Don't say that.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's too tough on any of these kind of these spy or intrigue kind of premises. They're like whoever's they kind of been forced to become kind of like your mole or sort of like that, or your inside person. They're not long for the world.
No,
Yeah,
you need to get out.
Yeah, as soon as we just need one more piece of information. We just need one more thing from you. Okay, man, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, because we'll get to him, but there's another character that I'm like, no, you need to leave like now. Should have left. You're still there.
But we can see Pine getting woke. He's laying in bed. Here's some noise, and already the paranoia is setting in because I guess it's already been setting in. But you never know when the other shoe's gonna drop.
Sleeping with clothes on.
I know, that was disappointing.
Yes. But Jed comes by to say hey.
I like that she's like, oh my gosh, why did you react so weird? I'm sorry, you broke into someone's house. You broke into an ex-military man's house. Well, you don't know he's undercover, but still, he's on his toes in general. And she's like surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
She just wanted to play a game. Who wouldn't want a knife to your throat? Come on.
Oh, dude, him breathing down your neck. You're like, oh,
Exactly.
hi. Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, I just thought she should have been like, okay, my bad.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
she kind of was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, especially because they both know each other was in Roper's little hidey room. The Citadel. So I mean, once you know that this guy's he's hiding something. So yeah, you can't be expected to go to his place and all of a sudden find a knife at your throat.
Yeah.
And I was really disappointed that he called it the Citadel, and what he was hiding was not 50% off at the BCBG outlet, like the Citadel. It's like, well.
and they had the great little exchange where she's like, nobody saw me. He's like, you didn't see anyone see you.
Yes, there's a big difference between not seeing anyone and knowing if somebody saw you.
Yes.
And Corky sees everything.
Everything.
Well, he's got nothing else to do now. I mean, he's been so iced out.
Oh, that pouty puppy. I feel kind of bad for him and annoyed by him exactly the same time.
Well, and you feel like Pine's got, and I feel like because the way Pine handles that situation is like he knows that. I mean, he knows the deal is because you can't ice Corky out unless he's dead. You know that all he is going to be trying to find a way to prove that Pine is a bad person to have around.
And then also try to have sex with him.
He cocked a feel, though.
I know.
He cocked a few feels.
Yeah, like both sides.
I thought he grabbed it in front, too.
Yeah, he
did.
did.
Jumpy head,
Yeah.
He got. Oh,
But-
yes, both
yeah.
sides. Sorry, I was thinking like both sides, but yeah.
Yeah, he worked. He got a good rub down on all that. Yes, but then they ask. She asked why why Pine was in the Citadel. He's like, well, I'm just wanting to find more information about the man that I'm employed to. And then asks Jed, like, are you in a relationship with him? It's like business or pleasure. And shows him the picture of his son or her son. And so
She didn't really answer the question. Well, she said love, and I'm like,
Yeah, that sounds like bullshit.
But we find out that a little bit more, and I guess we assumed that it was the mom that she was talking
I
to on
think
the
it was
phone.
still her mom, though.
Yeah.
Because I thought she said mom,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
don't recall.
It's either mom or a way older sister, but yeah, I did think
I
it
thought
was
she
her
said mom,
Yeah.
but her mom could still be like, your sister is the perfect child,
Yeah.
taking care of your kid. You're just
yeah, you're
a
just
sack of,
what'd she call her, a dumb whore?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we find out that Jed at a young age had a child. and Roper didn't know about it. And as to say, like what he paid for.
Upper Manhattan, Upper East Side, something like that. Yeah.
I'm guessing she's some sort of mail order bride, even,
Socialite.
Simile.
I want to say socialite that, come away with me and essentially. But I don't know if it's interesting because they say bye, but not. I think it's more just like. Because her mom's not really in on it, though. I don't think. Do we know?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But the money must come. She does send money.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see, like, because we know also like Jed going down and finding some of the the inner workings of what Roper's really up to.
Yeah.
But before then, I mean, it's tough to say because when we first meet her, she's taking a pill and all that stuff to kind of help herself relax and deal with this. But do you ever think when she says it's love? Do you ever think at any point that she was genuinely in love with Roper at all in this, or it's just like?
I think at some point she might have been.
I don't.
Because if you're
see
with
any,
someone long enough, you could. Well, I don't know. Maybe not love per se, but if you're with someone long enough, you'll find something to be attracted to, or you'll find some sort of camaraderie with them. If you're with them that often as she is with him.
Yeah.
So I think she feels something.
That's true.
But recently she's had her grumpy self that she's not so happy with his behavior.
Yeah, if she is a sugar baby, it's not love, it's money.
Yeah. I think she likes the lifestyle.
And not a bad lifestyle at all.
Yeah.
I can't fault her for that at all.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's like, who wouldn't love living
Cushy.
on that villa?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what she loves.
But then before he escorts her out, I mean, we've been dancing around it for a couple episodes, but then it happens. Little smooch in action.
Yeah, we noticed he kissed her, but she didn't pull away.
Yeah.
No.
He leaned in and she kind of stayed there. But as she walked away, she had the,
Yeah, she get that.
I'm going to hold my lips and look back at you.
Yeah. But he was trying to cover space, like make sure that
Yeah.
somebody sees you, tell them what happened, that you're just taking a little stroll around the complex at night, and make sure somebody sees you coming back in. Just always covering his bases.
I like her. She's like, why should I listen to you? Because I'm trying to help you, dummy. That's why.
Yeah, why would I give you? Why would I give you bad advice? No way.
Yeah.
I don't want to die either.
Yeah, because it saves my own skin. That's why. That's why you need to listen to me.
Oh, I'm getting so overclimped by the night manager intrigue here. It's making me want to cough. But then we cut
You're
over
just
to,
getting choked up
I'm
by
getting
all
so
the
choked up.
emotions
Oh,
and
so much
intrigue.
kissing and holding out lingering lips and stuff like this. Yes. But we cut over to London. We see Rex, which I love that he bikes.
No.
Oh, I love him so much more in this episode.
Yes.
Oh, he was so cool.
Yeah, I can't believe he got away on the bike. Because first, I mean, just because I live in LA, it was like, ooh, a guy on a bike. I don't care who it is. I want to see him get hit by a car. But then I was like, oh, no, he got away. That was actually pretty cool.
No, he was smart. I was like, you either need to hit your brakes so that the cars will go past you, or, you have to cut in a place that they can't go.
Yeah, I honestly thought he was going to get killed this episode.
I'm so happy he did not, because I was like, oh, this is going to go really bad.
Yeah, because I thought if you moved him if you got rid of him, then Angela's doomed.
Suck.
So I'm glad that they didn't go that route. But he still stumbles around a little bit in this episode. But what I do like is him.
It's not really his fault.
No, he was trying to help in the best way they could. Yes.
Yeah.
But I do like that when he does, he feels like, all right.
When he gets in the office.
Yeah, it's like, oh, whatever your budget is, it's tripled.
Yes. Anything you want.
Which Angela's
That
like,
energy was great.
Yeah.
She's like, okay.
Sure.
Sure, this is what I want. He's like, done.
I love it because you already had a laundry list of like what you'd want if this windfall ever came her way.
Oh, and his something like they wanted a fight, and it's like, I'm going to show him this kind of fight.
Yeah. So I'm like,
He's all
right.
Fired up.
Fired up Rex is great.
Yeah.
So basically then he has all this he's breaking down the Roper info, and he says that the investors in Trade Pass they give him all they've got the numbers on the names on the left and the numbers on the right, and they start breaking down all the info from the Spaniard about this, and they figure out how this money is made here. And so Roper buys MOD certified weapons for $300 million, and the cash is flowed by people who don't know what they're investing in, and then they get their money back in about 12 months there. And you see all this coming down. And they see the consultation fees for Halo and Felix. Yeah, and Angela asks, do you have any idea who these people are?
I had a moment where I wondered if he did.
Yeah.
I was a little suspicious.
Because I felt like, how far is Rex willing to go? Is he really to kind of like reveal everything, or is like, I'm going to keep pushing? But no, I'm glad he didn't know, and he still seems in Angela's corner, which is great.
Yes, absolutely.
And then, it said the budgets. But then we see Roper coming back home, and poor Corky. Look how sad he looks.
No.
Oh,
He's a
man.
dejected little puppy.
Yeah, I mean, Roper's just not really getting
The
any
owner
info.
got a new puppy. That's what he's like. He's the old dog, and the owner got a new
Yeah.
puppy.
Oh, poor
Man.
Corky.
Yeah. And it sounds like a dog name.
Yeah, they all do. Frisky, Tabby, Corky.
Yeah.
Does he name them
There's his
himself?
pets, yeah.
But we do see that Jed, as much as she's like, why should I listen to you, comes back and you can tell that she's listened to Pine's advice.
Yeah.
Apologizes to Roper. Roper apologizes to her.
I like
Yeah.
that he apologized to her.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I'm not supposed to like you, but that was nice. That he's like, I'm sorry too.
I mean, I feel like you can't get as far as he's gotten and all this without being charming in your own right.
This is true. Very true.
And Hugh Laurie's just naturally charming anyway. But
Yeah, they should let him sing and play the piano. Then we'll
Oh,
be really
I know.
confused. Yeah.
Can we get a piano
Yeah.
song, please? Please. Let him sing.
Yeah, then Roper. Oh, who's the bad guy? What?
Yeah.
And then we have Corky finally getting a chance to talk to Pine. And again, it's like, all right, look at that. The boss is an incurable romantic, and I'm a skeptic. And Kenneth says, hey, guess what? Guess who I saw walking around your place the other night?
If that's a romance novel in the airport, I don't know what is. And that line was
Yeah.
funny too.
That was funny.
Yeah.
And Pine's like, oh, she only came to my place for advice. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, which,
Well, sorry, I was going to say, the only thing is, even if he tells that, because at moment it's one of those, anytime you let somebody have leverage over you, then you're screwed. So you're almost better off letting him tell Roper and just be like, whatever. But the problem is, even if Roper doesn't believe it, it's going to plant the seed, would be the problem.
yeah.
Because even if, Tom's able to be like, well, I'm always real name. Tom,
Yeah.
if Pine is able to be like, no, really, we didn't do anything, and he believes him, but he'd still have that little scratch at the back, and that would be a problem in the long run.
Yeah.
And Tommy Oak is his next nickname. So.
Oak, yeah.
Yes.
I like it.
Tommy, Tommy Oak.
Mm-hmm.
And then and he says, if the boss ever catches you doing this, I can guarantee you that her face is going to be so messed up that even this plastic surgeon's not going to be able to kind of fix what's going on there.
He seems to have a weird
ominous.
attachment to her, too.
Yeah.
Though it doesn't seem like that's his type, but...
No.
Yeah, he clearly
still is
likes
like-
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he seems to have some sort of...
Protectiveness of
Yeah,
about her.
affection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But depending on how long they've been together, it's maybe almost like his sister.
Yeah, his gal pal.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very true. Then we see, which is something I guess would always be cool to happen in real life, where you just have this tailor coming over and just doing like a custom
He's
fitting.
like laughing.
Yeah.
I know he's giggling because he's getting all felt up with his
Yep.
45-inch inseam.
Oh yeah, 32-inch waist,
Yeah.
or 32 and a
Skinny
half.
boy.
32
Yeah.
and a half.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
you've gained some weight.
Yeah, that was funny. It's like,
What were you before? It's like pretty trim already.
No,
you have to
it's
special order those pants like my brother? God.
Mm-hmm.
what a great deal though, where you could have just a tailor come to your place and just do that whole fitting right there. Oh,
That's when it's like
Yeah.
I want stupid money.
Yeah, it's like,
Money where you can just spend it and be like, whatever.
yeah, personal tailor,
Yeah.
personal chef, what all they have here.
Exactly.
Now, would you would you find like if you had that stupid money there that just like you having that desire to go to places would suddenly drop and everybody would have to come to you? Like, I'm going to pay a little extra to have this tailor come to me or whatever. This come to me rather than just me. I'll drive down to this place and get fitted. Now everybody come to me.
See, I would like that because I hate driving.
I think it depends, what I'm doing. Because what if to go to the place is a nice place to go to or something like that? Like, well, I wanted to go in the city anyways or something like that. Because then it's the opposite of like, I don't know if I'd want you in my home. Like it's my space. Go away.
This is
I
my.
don't know, both.
Yeah.
It's both. Depends maybe on my mood. There you go. I'd be like, it depends on my mood and the weather.
Oh, all right. But I like you set it up so it's like at my discretion you can come
Yes.
to my place, and if not, then I will come to you. But
Exactly.
it's my choice
What
ultimately.
about you?
Oof. It'd be interesting to see what it'd be like to be able to have that. Like somebody would come to my place. Well, my place right now. No.
That's what I mean, right?
It's too
I'm
messy.
like,
It's too messy.
I don't want you to come over right now.
But if I had stupid money, I would assume that my place would be really clean because I could hire people
Yes.
to clean it all the time. So then maybe I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
But right now, like,
sure.
no, please, I'll go to you. Wherever you're
Yeah.
at, I will go to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're down in Hermosa Beach? Okay, that's fine. I'll go. I'll go.
Oh, see, your driver would driver would take you there, so
Yeah.
you don't have to drive.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So
That-
then
that
you
would
Or
can
work.
your
Yeah.
own
Yeah.
helicopter, they could fly you there.
Yeah.
If we're talking really stupid
Yeah,
money.
really stupid money.
That's true.
But yeah, I feel like a baller when I use Postmates to get stupid stuff delivered. So I can't imagine all this other stuff.
And then they say, they get the suits and all this, which I like. He just orders all of them.
Oh, and the
then,
funny color names.
Yeah. And he says, all right, we're going to pay for this. Andrew, settle up. And
He's like,
I'm
okay.
like, yeah. It's like, well, what am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
But then Sandy saves the day, gives him the wallet, and he sees the credit card with his new Andrew Birch name placed right on there. Yeah, it's like, all right.
It's like, cool.
Black card.
Go shopping, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I'm going to run up this tab on this credit card. Then, yeah, why not? For sure. And then I guess a way to celebrate, because a new business deal is in the making. They all go out for a nice little lunch, a little toast, and get ready to go on their way. And boy, this is where we see Corky start to lose it.
This is where I'm annoyed with him. I'm like, we need to get rid of him.
Dude, he is like a drunk girl at a party. Like, exactly, because he's so frisky too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta feel bad for Corky, because I mean, he has a sense that something bad's going on, but he's already had like a history of bad deeds on his own. So it's feel like he's stuck in this thing where how is he going to be able to convince somebody, even when he knows that he's already done some of his own things to kind of throw suspicion his way.
And why are they keeping him around though? Because technically he's been replaced.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Corky provides favors for Roper. If you know what I mean.
Maybe.
No, but I agree with you, because like, why is Corky still
are
in
they
the
keeping
picture?
him around? Because he's not doing what he was hired to do originally. So I feel he'll probably be gone soon. Maybe more ways than one. But it's like, why are you employing him? It's like, he's a problem. He's a nuisance, and it's public problems, which I think that would be the ultimate like nail in the coffin for Roper. Is it's one thing to cause a problem at the villa, like when they had the birthday party or something like that, but this is in public.
Yeah.
And not okay.
I mean, I guess maybe it goes back to what Corky was saying about his boss being an incurable romantic, in the sense where Roper, I think, could be easily cut the cord with people that aren't that close to him, but once you've been in his inner circle for a while, maybe it's harder for him to kind of pull that trigger and get rid of somebody like Corky. Maybe?
He does have a heart, but yeah, I'm starting to think that maybe Corky provides, services.
Sorry, I got another dog metaphor. He's like the dog that got rabies. You have to take him out back.
Oh, old Yellerim? Thank you. Then we learn about, because basically it starts off with Jed wants a lobster salad.
I know.
And then, man, Corky just, as soon as he found out the lobster salad, we're out. Boy, he just, 180 down there, like,
and she was okay with it. She was kind of like, okay, whatever, I actually almost thought Roper would be like, no, like, she gets what she wants, but like, they're that rich, but if she's fine, whatever, let it go.
Like, I don't need the lobster salad. I just wanted one.
Yeah.
And then, but then Corky notices just like a quick little glance, which Pine, you're already blowing it between Pine and Jed. Like, Pine, you know what the deal is. I would never make eye contact with a woman out in public. Ever.
Don't.
No, just do not look at her even for a split second.
It's like
rookie mistake, buddy.
Yeah. His eyes are smizing. He's smiling with his eyes.
Yes.
So don't straight face.
There you go. And Corky does the toast to the lovers.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you're just like,
oh,
can we take him out back now?
Oh, that was so awful. And then when the waiter comes out with the lobster salad for another table that had pre-ordered it.
Because you got pre-order in the morning.
What kind of restaurant you go to? I'm going to pre-order this lobster salad.
Yeah. Before you go, you order exactly what you want.
If you know you have a reservation, and if you know it is a specialty item,
yeah, that's true. There's a limited amount.
Because there's certain desserts that like you have to order, and you have to know, like, you order at the beginning of the meal or something, because it takes a while or whatever. So maybe,
I guess,
or they only make X amount per day. That could be a thing too, if it is that kind of a fine dining.
Yeah,
some places.
I suppose, but boy, that just seems like I would never think about, like, I've got to pre-order.
But on the water, he did make a good point. Yeah. See that out there? That's
you
the
can
ocean.
Get a lobster.
Go get one.
We could easily do that.
Yeah.
And so then Corky just slaps the waiter.
Yeah.
What a oof.
What a bitch.
Bad form.
Yeah. And I give it because I feel like that Maitre D'. I mean, I felt like he was kind of built.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I felt like he would have liked to take a swing maybe, but no, man, Corky just cracked him one.
Yeah.
But then you get to see Pine just go full night manager on the other table, and see how charming he is. And I like the shot where he just focuses on Roper's eyes. He's watching this all go down, and it's like, all right, interesting. The way that he can just charm himself out of the situation with these people.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
And then the line later of, like, you have a lot of experience dealing with drunk people or whatever, being a night manager, as well as other things.
Yeah.
Night ladies. But yeah, that makes sense, because he has probably dealt with, like, situations like that. Is the job of any sort of manager is to smooth over a situation. So that's actually a great job experience for him of like, no, really, I know how to do this.
Yeah, he just made it so charming and like effortless. Like, oh hey, yeah, I'd like to buy your lunch. Get
And more
everything.
champagne. Yes.
Oh yes, look at him go.
And I'll take care of you. You won't have any more problems.
And then Corky gives a little slow clap, clap.
I love the slow clap. It was just like, Corky is a fun character.
And
it's bad.
but just kind of he does without ever saying anything, but just kind of brings it to Roper's attention, like, hey, you don't even recognize the human hand grenade that's standing right in front of you.
Yeah. And it's kind of hard to read Roper's expression, actually. You can't quite tell if he believes him or if he's more on Pine's side or what,
Yeah, and who knew that he knew his nickname, the human hand grenade? Because as we saw from that sex scene later, doesn't last very long.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because even if you had somebody that was close and was in your inner circle, but is kind of feeling like you're kind of boxing out, I would think that even if they had, you would want to give at least some kind of credence to them. I would think. I mean, I don't think
You'd
you
be
could
like,
discount.
talk to me later, not now.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if you could completely discount somebody.
Yeah.
Even if you're like, oh, all right, you're drunk, yeah, you're doing too much stuff, you're being crazy.
And they know he has a history of being a drunk, though, too.
Yeah. So it's like, all right, I can see why Roper might, at that moment, has like, okay, what's going on with Jonathan Pine? And we do find out later that, it was still sticking in his head even throughout this whole time.
A little bit.
Yeah. So then we see, we head over to the River House, and we find out, oh, man, okay. We get Harry, which, have we met Harry before? I don't know if we've met Harry yet.
That's
I can't
the
remember.
guy Angela talks to in the park? No.
So he gets a little thing about like a little medical for a medical visit that he has to do, physical, and that's their code. Like, hey, all right,
it's smart. It's a good code.
That's a good code. Meet me out of this park bench. And Angela shows him like all these documents that they got here, all the translations.
In the newspaper.
I did it like that. I'll kind of sort it out right there.
And he's like,
yeah.
He's like, close it. No.
No, and Harry just basically spills everything.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
He really, and then she grills him and she's like, do you know what you're doing? He does and doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, because I did like, she says, I've always liked you, but you're too easily led. Yeah, and I feel like, I think I'm a lot of people, you kind of get in a situation over your head,
Poor
but
guy.
you don't know how to say no, and you just go along. Yeah, so poor guy. Oh, yeah.
But she gives him a chance to do the right thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and Harry does tell him who Halo and Felix are.
Yep.
So it's interesting. Angela's now
And he's
got
going
some
to
names.
give the documents, too.
Yes. So.
The library.
Oh yeah, head over to the college the next day. We'll figure it out. And in fact, Joel does that the next day, finds the paperwork right there, and they find out there have been 7 different arms deals in the past 7 months.
Just a few.
Just a few.
Yeah.
Yes. And we find out, of course, we can finally get the official names of everybody in River House and in the Langley connection that is working in London are the Halo and Felix right there. Oh,
Dirty.
yes. And so. So everything is going to kind of Angela's starting to get all the pieces of the puzzle starting to get together, and then then we have Sandy talking to as you're talking about talking to Mr. Birch, Jonathan Pine, Thomas Quince about it's like, oh, so you must be used to smoothing all this over. So it's like, yeah, sure, I do all that stuff, and we see Roper even asking Sandy like, what do you think of this guy?
And Sandy was like, no, I like him. He's like, I like him, I trust him, and he's good to go.
Yeah.
When is the part where, I think maybe it was earlier, when Jed kind of says everyone likes you. And, well, that's earlier. That's what are you doing here?
Oh,
right?
yes. Yeah, yes. Like, what are you doing?
Was
like,
that earlier or later?
Everybody likes you.
Was that in his cabin or before they go to the hotel room?
I think.
Oh, no. It's on the terrace before they go to the hotel room.
That's right.
Yeah, because that's the...
Oh, yes.
I'm just thinking, because that, to me, is how it kind of came after that Sandy bit, is the, why'd you come into our life? And, like, everybody likes you. You're just so charming.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because Sandy and Roper need to talk. So he sends, Jed, hey, go get a drink with Mr. Birch. And I even like the shot of that, too, where you see them kind of walking so close together, their hands kind of grazing on the side there. Oh, man.
And a pinky hold fingers.
That's right. And then that's when at that moment it's like, who are you? You upset the balance. Everyone's attracted to you.
Yeah.
Are you really Andrew Birch, Thomas Quince, Jonathan Pine? What's your deal? What's going on? And then
he's like, I can't. So dramatic.
Yeah.
How long do we have?
Yeah. He said it would be a while.
Oh.
Which they did not maximize that a while, by the way. We commented on that. We're like, really?
Yeah, that's
it?
all right.
Kind of short.
Yeah, let's go to your hotel room.
Yeah.
And then boom, no, don't even make it to the bed. Close the door, up against the wall. There you go.
We should have timed it. It was like, what, 30 seconds?
Yeah, it wasn't very long.
No.
But you know, hey,
We were a little disappointed. But then
Yeah.
we were like, but how long has it been for him?
Yeah, we got to see one butt cheek a little bit, but that was it. Yeah, we're like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a very disappointing sex scene for him like, because I felt his sex scene in Cairo was so much better and exciting. I mean, this was kind of the quickie hotel room thing, but we're like, well, he did, she didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
She probably was like, well, that was nice. They didn't get the clothes off. No feeling her up. Yeah, you're just like,
Yeah.
Pine, we're a little disappointed.
Yeah, we were so expecting more.
Yeah, we wanted more with them, but I don't
So
know.
as women, you do not enjoy the hotel quickie or just the quickie. No. You want to be able to enjoy it a little
They
longer.
had a while. Like, they should have started on the wall, then, like, did the, like, crazy passionate kissing, and then, like, ended up in the bed, and then they have a while. And it's like, all right, we're done. Should we go back?
Yeah, but how long do you figure a while is? If somebody says, "Oh, we're going to be talking for a while," in your head, what's a number of
20
like,
minutes.
Okay, all right.
Because that's a while, but still, like, short enough. But a decent. It's more than the 30 seconds.
No, okay, very true.
He's a one. Less than a 1 minute man.
Yes. Yeah, and I guess it did wind up working out since she had to go with Roper as well. But
And now they're
disappointing
buddies.
thing, because the way she talked on the phone, I was like, wow, honey, two
She
in
had
one
a rough night. Yeah.
But you got to think. So even if you had to come up with 20 minutes, you do well. You do
20 minutes.
longer.
Okay, let's say a while is 20 minutes. You got a minus 5 minutes to get back to where you are, at least, because
Yes.
it's probably that hotel. So what? You got at least 15.
But then you also got to like fix your hair, fix your makeup.
Dude, she has like no hair to fix and like doesn't wear a whole ton of makeup. And her clothes, she barely has clothes. It's like a drape all the time.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
surprised she has underwear. She doesn't wear a bra. No, she doesn't wear a bra. She does wear underwear. We've
That's
seen
true.
that.
What about that post-quickie glow? Don't you need a time for that to kind of subside? So you're like, wait, you just had sex.
But she won't have it.
Oh!
He does. He needs to let that flush come out of his face. But she's like, that felt all right.
That was it. That's all I got.
Yep, that's all she got. Yeah.
But at least you got to
But
see
it maybe
butt
left
cheeks.
her wanting more because that's why she called him.
Exactly. She called him because it's
There
like,
you go. I just need to finish. I need to finish what you started.
Yes.
Mr. Quince, Pine,
Yeah.
Birch. Who are
But then
you?
it's then the Roper. Let's go back. I'm not gonna see you for a while.
Yeah, but
And you're like, but he didn't put anything on, so now those two guys are gonna be
Eskimo
buddies.
brothers. I believe it's a Canadian term. I don't know.
Thank you. That's a more appropriate way to say it.
Yeah. Oof. Oh,
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, there you go. That's that's all right.
The things you think about when you watch television.
Yeah. But then we see while they're having that quickie though that Sandy and Roper are having a little talk and they find out this guy Mayhew, which we never heard of before.
Chewbacca.
This guy, this guy's got a little. He's starting to put some pieces together.
Yeah.
And so we got to move up our operation. And then Jed and Birch return. Pine. He's very happy. He's very relaxed. Feeling very sleepy. I'm gonna take a nap right now.
Yeah.
I just want to relax.
He has the afterglow of like, okay, I can go to bed now.
It's like, oh, he helped me find. I was having a bit of a headache.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, okay, yeah. And then we have the next day there. That's when we get the info. We find out like where are the toys going and how are they getting there? And they start tracking it down, and they figure out that there's a bunch of different ships that may be possibly holding this cargo, and they're trying to narrow down the possibilities. And so they find out that Roper has left her on a trade pass holding plane to Istanbul, and they find out like, hey, who's this plane registered to? Oh, it's registered to Andrew Birch. And Angela's like, I don't know, I've never heard of this guy before. And they're saying, well, you should go to Istanbul. Just keep your eyes open because we could see that maybe this is a person that we do know.
Yeah.
Yeah, which makes
I like
sense.
that she doesn't even have a moment going, I wonder.
No.
know, not even a, hey, maybe it's our guy, but whatever.
Yeah. But then we cut over to, we get a chance to check in with Rex again. Yeah, and we see Pamela coming in, and it's like, hey, you know what?
The whole time I'm like, don't trust her.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah, that suit was way too tailored for a government employee. That's all I noticed. She's getting something on the side.
Yeah, she just looked a little too like, I want to do that.
A little too pushy to get that job done.
Yeah.
Replace Angela. Come on, these is the people I want. And he's like, no. And
yeah,
this is where he's too nice.
Yeah, very much. I mean, he was trying to help out Angela.
Yeah, it was good intentions.
But I would think, like, because it'd be interesting to see the power structure. Does Pamela, have the authority to make that without Rex's approval?
I was wondering that as well. Like, how much authority does he actually have? Can people really be like, can they just fire him and get rid of him and then get rid of Angela and everything?
Yeah. I feel like he's secure enough.
I feel he's secure.
Because I think that would probably be the easiest thing is they just get rid of him and then you could easily then track down the rest of the things after that.
Yeah.
So, but I guess Pamela, or at least Rex feels that Pamela does, he wouldn't reveal this unless he felt he had to, I guess. So Pamela wants to get rid of Angela, says, you know, this guy's, she's not doing it. And he's like, no way. Angela's been closer to getting Roper than anybody else ever has. And when she says, what aren't you telling me? Oh, this is operational only, for your eyes only.
That's the other thing, too. He said, for your eyes only. Haha, that's a Bond one, too. Right? That's a Bond movie?
For your eyes only.
It seemed like he was going to show her the papers, but then someone else had the papers. I'm like, why'd you let her leave with them?
Yes. Like, don't let her leave the room with those papers. No
you
way.
Go, look with your eyes, not with your hands. I'm going to hold it right here for you. Can you see it? Can you see it? Okay,
yes.
It's going away now. Like, what?
Yeah, the fact that
yes.
that she walked out of the room with that, I'm like, that's not good. Because she immediately goes to the phone. As I typed in my notes, like, Rex, why? Why did you do that?
Make a copy. You should always make a copy and give him a copy.
Or nowadays with your phone, take a photo of it.
Yeah, just send her a photo.
Yeah.
Text her right now. So easy.
Just be like, look, there, you can see it.
Yeah, that's right. Say, I've got evidence. Just know I've got evidence. You don't need to see it. Just know that I've got it.
That too. He didn't have to.
No, but he does. And
Bad call.
It gets a Riverhouse. Then goes over to Harry, and they say, "Hey, the boss wants to see you. Get in the office right there." Yes, they show him the papers, of course, because it's getting all the way back over to Riverhouse, and they suspect that it's Apo, the Spanish lawyer.
Thank goodness they don't think it's him.
No,
and that guy's not happy.
No, but Harry immediately sets up a meeting with Angela and says, hey, they know what's going on. They've got that intel. And so she calls Joel and says, hey, we got to make sure Apo doesn't go to Istanbul. Tell him to get to London right now to keep him safe. And then she immediately goes to Rex and says, what did you do, you dum-dum? Why did you tell him? And I feel...
You think I was trying to
yes. I'm just trying to help. She wanted to get rid of you. Yeah, so, but then you find out, hey, Joel calls and says, you know what? Apo never made his flight.
Yeah.
So he's going to go to Madrid and see what happened.
Oops.
Uh-oh. But then we get to see Pine and Roper and all that on their mission or on their business trip, whatever that is. And even Pine says, hey, where's Apo? Is he going to be here? And he's crocked. I guess that's a nice English slang. He's crocked. Hanging out with his girlfriend. Yeah. But we've got like a Turkish representative that's going to fill in for this. And then we get to see a deal going down. And we see the person that's going to be signing for this.
The replacement lawyer.
Yeah. Doesn't want to just be like, hey, I need some time to look at all these documents. And then we get a nice little call. Or you get to see Pine being his charming night manager self again.
Yes.
Just charms him, and you can see Roper just like, all right, yeah, I made the right call with this guy.
Well, even before that, Sonny, no, what's the other,
Sandy.
He's like, that's why you're being paid so well. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Hurry up and sign.
Yeah.
But his is not quite subtle enough. So then Pine is like here's the money, close the money. Do we have a deal? Okay, great.
Yeah, I mean, but I felt like I like to see kind of established it like that. It's like I'm signing something that I haven't even read over. But I'm willing to trust you.
Yep.
Because I heard you're a trustworthy guy. Yeah. Trust in him, then open up the briefcase and everything that's inside here.
Ooh, and then we got the eyeball thing.
Yeah.
The phone thing.
Which I feel like
that's
it's going to
cool
play off.
and creepy.
Yeah. They scan your iris, and that's going to be the one that's going to serve as your verification when you want to make transfers and stuff. And even Pine says, hey, I'd like to can I look at a recent bank statement?
That was so random. But then,
that was.
But did he want to just know how much was in there, or was that like just cover for the other people in the room? Because he smiled when he saw it. He was like,
Yeah, because it did seem weird to me. It's like, why would you, in the room with everybody else, say, can I just see a bank statement? Like, why would I let people that I'm doing a business deal with say, like, I'm not sure how much money that I have as a, for my business.
Double check? Am I going to overdraft fees?
Exactly. But Roper was just like, yeah, sure, it's his big company, why not?
Your account.
They said like $300 million in there.
Yeah.
It was 300.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I saw 3. I was like, is it 3,300,000? Okay,
300 million bucks. Oof.
Just a little bit.
Just a pittance. Just a pittance. And then we find out that Pine gets a call after all that, and he's all sweaty. He's like, I must have been having some dream or some nightmare or something that just wakes up and is like, oh, it's sweaty, and it's Jed calling him.
Yep.
Oh man, she wants more of that sweet hotel quickie night.
Yep.
And when
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I just want to know you're okay, essentially, and you're like, sweetheart, no.
It's like,
no.
you're blowing my cover, bitch.
Yeah, this is one of those sweetheart, no, you don't call.
Yeah, because even earlier in the episode, he tells her, "It's like you have to look at me as somebody that can save you."
Yeah.
Yeah, which I feel like he's learned his lesson. Like, no, I can't make those kind of promises. Mm-hmm. But he still can't turn away from a lovely lady.
Yeah.
He has to help the damsel in distress.
I don't know if he sees. Do you think he sees her as a damsel in distress? I mean, he knows Roper's a bad person, but it's not like she's
crying.
She's a princess locked in the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not damsel in distress, but she's locked in that castle.
Yeah, because Roper certainly doesn't treat her horribly at all.
No.
Yeah.
But she's kind of a prisoner.
Yeah, and she's always crying, so he's like, oh, something must be wrong.
Yeah, because I
can't resist a crying woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because, I mean, certainly, I wonder how easy it is to break up with Richard Roper. Do you do that? I mean,
you just die. Probably.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he does have an ex.
Yeah,
but she doesn't know a lot.
Yeah.
She doesn't know a lot.
Yeah.
Remember, he's not telling her anything, so.
So it might be easy enough just to kind of break up. I'm sure he throws some money your way and sends you off if he thinks that you don't know anything. Yeah, if things aren't going right, here's a large sum of money. Just go away.
Yeah.
And you're not going to talk.
Well, and to me, though, it's like, I guess it depends on how they break up. Like, if she's banging Pine like she is, like, that's I'm going to kill this bitch moment.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the mother of Danny may have just been, like, gotten too old, or you know how they are. I'm traded in for a younger model, but I'll give you money.
Well, she says that, too. She's like, remember, I'm young and beautiful.
Exactly. So I figured that was the situation. She was the younger model.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. And then after they do all the signing of the paperwork there, they head over to another location, the shipping port there in Istanbul. And this is where you kind of see where all the deal starts happening right there. The weapons start coming in off a cargo ship. They meet this young, very just charming and handsome and charismatic Russian shipping guy.
Latvian.
Yeah. Are you as and they introduce him to Birch. Are you as enthusiast for farming equipment? You want to save the world like Bono?
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Like Bono.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty funny.
Yeah. Like, because they always like when two people meet, they're kind of tense with each other. You're like, oh, are they going to throw it down? And then it's a big, now we're just sassing each other. Let's hug. Yeah, that's what we do. So they check out the weapons, and you see Pine again showing his prowess with a gun.
I was just going to say that, yeah, his military background really comes into play there, that he knows how to handle it and can look like an arms dealer of knowing what the product is instead of just being some guy of like, so gun, this fancy one, I don't know what to do. But he's like, military, done.
Yeah, he knew how to handle that gun.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, but not his own gun, right?
Yeah, no, not well enough with his own gun.
Woo! Gonna go back to that.
We'll keep the puns coming.
Yeah.
That's right. But they make the deal. He gets his eye scanned, so they're able to make the transfer. It's all
Which
good.
it looked a little dark in there, and it looks so light on the phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
And then I like that the Russian dude gives him this bottle of vodka from his hometown. It's contraband.
Yeah, that's funny. Be like, shh, it's contraband.
But then we have a nice little moment between Roper and Pine, where they're it's like, and he doesn't take a drink with Roper. He's, why you don't drink? Do you want men? Do you want women? What's your deal? You have no appetites at all. So I don't know if I can trust a man without any appetites.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird when people don't have vices.
No,
If they don't have something, you are like,
Yeah, that's true. Oh, but I guess if you know what somebody's vice is, you kind of know how they think, and you know.
But yeah.
And his vice is clearly women, but he hides it well.
Yeah.
But he also reveals, like, hey, you know what? I gotta admit, Corky, wasn't sure I trust you, because Corky, for as crazy and kind of on the outs as he is right now, he did plant a little bug in my ear, and I couldn't help but think about, like, maybe you're right. And he would do anything. He's like, he goes, I do like that. It's also jealousy too, because he would do anything what he wouldn't give to spend a night with you.
Yeah, I love that. 'Cause it's like,
And he doesn't even really flinch. He's like,
yeah, I get it. I'm pretty.
yeah, he's like, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because he handled that butt squeeze and the crotch grab, just like as a consummate professional right there. It's like, oh yeah,
It's all right.
it's not my first time I've had my butt squeeze and my crotch grab. Not at all. I'm really good with that.
Yeah, he was a night manager at a hotel. I'm sure it happened all the time.
Yeah. Plenty of drunk people.
That's true. But he says, I can't trust a man without any appetite. So you're gonna have to. And he's like, I don't have to, but I choose to. Mm-hmm. Like a careful distinction. Like, all right, yeah, I don't have to trust you, but I'm choosing to trust you. So I feel like, man, he's really made his way into the inner circle.
He has.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and just
crawled in.
Yeah, he's definitely crawled in. But then now we finally get a reason for what we hear Angela's reason why she's so dead set to get Roper.
Oh, that scene.
Yeah, that was just
story.
Like we finally realized why Roper is so bad, but it's just like I'm glad we didn't have to see that scene, but we still want to see Roper being bad because we're still like, I believe you, Angela. But,
yeah, we find out when she was stationed in Baghdad back in 2003, there was an attack at a place that she was investigating when she was working for the UN, and it was a sports day. Where all these kids were playing out. Yeah, children and adults watching. And there was a mustard gas and sarin gas dropped on this field. And we saw what it did to it melted the kids' skin and hands and face. And then
their lung tissue.
Yeah. And then the sarin gas invaded their lung tissue. So they said, oh, well, did Roper do that? No, Roper didn't do that, but he saw what happened. And then he immediately started getting into the sarin game business.
Yeah, it's like, I see a bunch of kids die, and I want to make a business deal.
Yeah,
what a great person there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like, so Mr. Burr knows that even though I'm married to him and I'm gonna have his kid, this is where I'm gonna be right now. Mm-hmm. So she definitely knows she has a priority, and that's Mr. Roper. Before she can do anything else in life, it's getting this Roper guy.
Yeah, she acted that really well. Like, just the subtlety of that was just like, oh my gosh, you're just like that. Such a sad, is rough.
Yeah.
Hard story.
So then we get like a little cross-cut sequence because we get again Pine getting called to go down to an office, go to another room in the hotel where we see the analysts there, and they have the phone call from Jed, and it's like, what's up with you? You are you in love with this lady? And they put Angela on the phone. It's like, you've compromised the mission. We're pulling you out right now. You've screwed up everything. But I feel like Roper. I mean, at this point, because Pine.
So you sorry. You said pulling out. Sorry.
No, we're pulling.
Started giggling.
But Pine starts coming back on that, and I feel like.
But he has a good point. He's like, I am so close. You have no evidence at all. He can't get out now.
No. He's just gonna do whatever he wants, and I like that. He's
she
obstinate.
told him to.
Yes.
My big win.
Yeah.
So it's like. Let him do it.
Yeah, even though she might be like, because she can't be fearful of his safety. He's choosing to do this.
Yeah, worst comes to worst, he dies. They're not going to be caught. I mean, the operation's it's either the operation's blown or it's blown and he dies. So if he's willing to stay, let him stay.
Yeah. But he's like, Angela's not hearing it. So they know you're getting out. Get your stuff ready. Meet us down in the lobby in like 15 minutes. We're going. And we see Joel heading
5 minutes.
5 minutes. We see Joel in Madrid going to Apple's house, and we find out that he's been murdered, along with he and his girlfriend in the bed. Just
pretty brutally.
Yeah, pretty brutally murdered.
Looked really beautiful though.
Yeah.
That white with the dark crimson red.
It was such a sexy crime scene. Reminded me of Dexter.
Yeah. Hey, those blood splatters.
Yeah,
looks pretty. Anyway.
But we see Pine makes a detail right over to Roper's room.
Yep.
And says, "Hey, guess what? I was down in the lobby. I saw these two people. They look like they're law enforcement."
Yep.
And he says, "Why would you think that? Like, hey, I've been on the run long enough," which is great. It plays into his whole Like, I've been on the run long enough that I start recognizing things like this. So they send Frisky down there to check it out. It says, "Yeah, they're law enforcement." So they make a detail out of it. Beeline to the car. They head out through the garage. They see one of the other backups coming. I like Pine made the move.
He's like, I know it's backup.
Yes. Which I love that. He gets in the car and he drives off, and they report back to Angela like, "Hey, Pine is he's gone. He went with Roper," and she's bummed out.
She's like, "Crap."
But I love that. Pine definitely solidified himself, and that once again solidified himself with Roper.
It's a good undercover move to do.
Yeah.
Because now Roper's going to be like, "Thank you for helping us
saved
out.
the day.
You saved us."
Yeah. I mean, you rat out. You got to. And again, like that was a great point that you brought up. Like Angela said, you got to do everything. You got to make me afraid. That I think you've gone rogue on this.
Yeah.
Well, and I think there was a part of her, at least to me, how she played that scene, where she was furious with him, but also satisfied because he did exactly what she told him to do. Was just get deeper. And,
like it's like he's a burr, and just it's like you have to get stuck in there so that like you can stay there. Because otherwise, he's gonna get thrown out quickly, and it's like, no, you have to be really embedded in this organization, otherwise you won't be he has to be valuable to them.
Yes.
Because if he's not, we'll just replace you like Corky.
No. I mean, so he can spot potential trouble, and he can charm himself out of situations. So we are getting ready close to wrap up. We're gonna do ultra super lightning fast 1-sentence predictions.
Oh gosh.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Lacretia Lyon, lay it on me.
Well, I predict this next episode is when we finally see Roper blow up. Like, I kind of wonder, like, because we got to see him, like, because I know they're going to go the abuse angle, as, Corky pointed out, beating her face. So I'm like, that's a way to get Roper on everyone's bad side, like they were wanting to.
I'm like, shit's gonna go down.
Yeah.
Look at that. All right.
There.
Yeah. I was
You
thinking
said one sentence.
Yeah. No, I was thinking the same thing as you were, Lacretia, because we haven't. So Roper get nasty.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a terrible sentence.
Yes.
All right, folks. That's gonna do it for this episode of season 4 of The Night Manager.
Season 4?
Season 4, episode 4. Season 1, episode 4. Look at that.
We're ready for season 4.
We're ready for season 4 of The Night Manager. Yes. So episode 4 of The Night Manager. Again, thanks so much for watching. Like us on Facebook. Give us those 5 stars on iTunes. Continue the conversation with us on Twitter. If Lacretia, they want to continue the conversation with you, where can they find you?
At Lacretia Lyon, LACRETIALYON.
Gary?
And yeah, guys, you can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE.
And you can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie. Thanks so much for watching, folks. We love doing the show. We love hearing what you folks have to think. And we'll be back here next week with episode 5 of The Night Manager.
Ooh.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.